Hey guys, Sim16. I've got some gameplay for you today in the Object 140, T62A, and the IS-7. The theme is the Russian bias because I just decided to start recording, and the three games I won were all back to back to back because, top tier Russian tanks OP. Anyways, Port Bay, go to the hills, I'm in a medium tank, and as I'm going up here, to my right, I will spot a Leopard 1 right about now. And I see him coming, and so I stop before I get there so I can aim and then pull back, which causes him to bounce off my super angled upper plate. And I shoot him again, and this T-54 decides to go full potato and rush him and an E-50. I try to track the E-50 to give my T-54 a little bit more time, because the E-50 doesn't have the gun depression to shoot down on him over the rear of his tank. And I bounced off his upper plate that second time. Got a super high damage roll on the Leopard 1 there, so that was pretty lucky. E-50 damaged my fuel tank, so I repaired it because I don't want to be set on fire. And it's a good thing I did, because if I didn't repair it then, I just would have been set on fire. I popped adrenaline, but I really shouldn't have. I had to shoot the E-50 maybe twice more, and then it would have been a waste there. I got shot by the Object 140, but he pulled back as soon as he saw the T-110E3 going after him. And my team right now is kind of making a pretty big mistake. They're pushing into the town and they're not letting those guys come up. And so I don't really have shots on anything. And so when I see the mouse there, but I don't have a shot on him, that's what I'm telling my team. I'm telling them to draw them out more so I can actually help. Because since I am a one-shot for most of the enemy team, I don't want to be going in there and, well, getting one-shotted. So I'm just sitting here waiting for them to pop out. This mouse shows me the side of his turret, and he shoots once, but I shoot him twice. So for my team, that was a pretty good trade. 460 average to 620 average damage. My third shell bounced. If that did penetrate, that would have been an even better trade for my team, but I could not get it to go in. Object 140 and the mouse are surrounding the 183. He was just in a terrible position. But my team is up 4-2 right now. The Object 140, the E100, and the mouse are the enemy tanks left. I don't want to go after the E100 and mouse right now, so I'm going to go for this Object 140. He's got more HP than me, but he's not paying attention. And he did just get shot by, I think, my E50. I tried to sneak in another shot there, but it didn't work because he was going down. And he ended up just driving past my team while they were killing the mouse and the E100. The Object 140 way out of reach of me. But anyways, won the game 7-3. Did a decent amount of damage. It's not a whole lot. Like, it wasn't an amazing game, but I did show a couple of little things, like with the Leopard, when you stop, so your tank's not rocking back and forth right when you see the enemy if you know they're coming. Because that rocking back and forth will just take even longer for you to aim. Second game, I'm in my T62A, and we are on Middleburg. Obviously, Middleburg, you want to go to the hills, because the high ground is way better. I don't know why so many people think, oh, heavy tank must go town. It's the high ground. It's common strategical knowledge. It's just common sense, really. But the high ground is better. And people are like, oh, no, heavy tank must go town. Okay. M48 Patton, not really giving me a shot. And he's just kind of tucked in behind that building. I was really waiting for him to roll forwards or backwards, kind of just following him with the aiming circle, but he's not doing anything really. He didn't shoot my Patton, and so they both missed each other, which is, I guess, doesn't really matter. Telling my team to stay in the hills because the enemy team is coming up. I'm going back over this way to, I think it's called flex. Yeah, just flex, or basically just strengthen. this flank because we're going to need it because the enemy team did end up all going town. Spotted the E3 when I was up there. I'm not spotted right now though, so I can go over here and this I7 right there. He's in the Titan family, so he's got at least half a brain, which is better than what 90% of the player base seems to have. E3 down there, shooting his roof. Didn't work. It is a weak spot if you are on the high ground, but I didn't exactly have perfect aim plus RNG, so it didn't end up going through. Try to go for the lower plate. Because he's on the low ground, it was even more angled than normal, so that one did bounce too. I hear the Patton yelling for help, so I'm going back over here to help him because apparently he and an I7 can't deal with a couple of mediums. I somehow bounced off the M48 there, and I don't even RNG. What can you do? Well, because of that, and because it took me a little while to actually realize that he was yelling for help because he can't actually do what he needs to, I get back here too late to save the M48 Patton, which, I mean, I could have saved him if I came back quicker, but I didn't. And I did save the I7 though. So right now the T110E5 over there is looking mighty juicy, but looking at a shot for on the I7 because I know he's a better player. Bounced the Death Star because I think it hit him in the tracks. Track the E3 so he side on to me, and gotta focus on the Death Star. Somehow bounced that shot. I don't even know how that happened because the side armor is so ungodly weak on that thing that bounces are a miracle if they do happen. So right now, trying to find shots on the Death Star. Get his flat side so any gun that it sees is going to go through that. Shoot for the top there. Hit the weak spot and manage to penetrate that time. So go for it again. Goes up and to the left. So I didn't hit it. I did notice the E5 was coming up after me, so I reverse and get ready for him to come. I know that I have more HP than him, and I have more DPM than him. So as soon as he fires, I try to get the first bounce on my turret, but he got in my hole. As soon as he fired, I'm working to try and get around him and trying to juke out some of his shots because going uphill slows you down a lot. But E5, he's a one-shot now. Trying to juke, get him to shoot my turret, but it didn't work. I bounced off his turret, but it's not going to matter anyways because I killed him then. E3 thinks he's going to be cute, and he shoots me once, but that's all he's going to get because he made the mistake of closing the distance on a medium tank. If you are in a tank destroyer or a heavy tank, you do not want to close the distance on a medium tank because all it will do is it will allow them to use their superior mobility and they will circle you and you're just going to look stupid because you can't do anything when you can't even aim at them because they're just too dang quick. That game was better than my Object 140 game, did more damage, but I did make some mistakes and I had some bad bounces and some bad RNG, but overall we won, so you can't really complain. Last game, I'm in my I7, and we are on mines, which we don't have as many medium tanks, and we don't have as many or as good of medium tanks because they have a Leopard and an STB, and I believe all we have is a T-54. So immediately going into this, I'm thinking, oh crap, this is going to be either near impossible to win or just flat out impossible because if both of their mediums rush the hill, we're just going to be pinned here, and then the enemies will be able to outposition us, and yada yada yada. See the STB, and then just hilariousness ensues. He gets double tapped by a T-54 and an IS-4. T-54 broke the ammo rack, and then the IS-4 destroyed it. IS-8 put a shot into my side, but I put a bigger shot into his front plate. So all in all, it was a pretty good trade. And now because the leopard decided to go full potato, I can move up here and put shots into the IS-8. The leopard for some reason either loaded in late or decided not to go to the hill because I don't know why. But it allows us to get into excellent position, and these enemies don't really stand a chance anymore because 5 degrees of gun depression isn't much, but it's good enough to get my I-7 hull down over this little hill, this little slight little elevation change in the ground. Perfect. And that shot whiffs it to the left, so I missed the leopard. But, I mean, after seeing what happened to the STB, I mean, can't really complain because RNG on our team is just good. And I bounced off the leopard, and then I started like, oh god, that's not cool. First I missed, then I bounce off a leopard of all things. Like, come on, give me something here. I mean, I want the good RNG too, not my team. But overall, we're still winning 2-0 right now. So I checked to see if I could pen HE in the side of his turret. I couldn't, so I switched back to AP. I'm actually running out of AP shells. I loaded up more APCR than I did AP a while ago when I was doing a countdown competition at tier 10, and I guess I hadn't changed it since. And then here's the good RNG I'm looking for. Sniped directly into the minuscule machine gun port on the Jagdpanzer E100, and goes directly in perfectly straight and killed him. Decided to go for the lower plate of the E75, and he's left on 46 health. So now the team's winning 3-1. I'm rolling forward, and I'm going to be shooting at this IS-4. IS-8's rolling forward, looking for a shot while I'm reloading. I pulled back so I wouldn't get shot. And then looking for a shot, IS-4 or IS-8 rolls forward, so it takes me a little bit to find the shot, but I ended up connecting and penetrating. Then I have been down to APCR for a while, and right now didn't quite get there in time. IS-4 ended up killing the tortoise. But hey, he got that almost full health ammo rack on the STB-1, so he kind of deserved to have a good game. That was almost 5k damage and was still almost only a second class, so that's actually pretty ridiculous. 5k damage is usually at least a first class in most tier 10s, if not an ace in some like the STB, which are just bad tanks. But there's your proof that they're all back to back to back. And this is M16's World of Tanks Blitz Replays. I hope you enjoyed my video, and as always, have a nice day.